All right, thank you, Stan.
We'll see you.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for coming.
See you soon.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you. I cannot believe what I've just witnessed with my own eyes. Some of the shit he's shown me in there is unbelievable. He's got evidence of aliens poking their head round a fucking window and having a pipe at him. I don't know whether that geezer just walked back in his house and he's pissing himself at me. Him and his wife are going high five. Cole, we got him good. I just don't know whether I'm losing the plot, I'm going insane, I'm tired, I'm jet lagged, and I'm just believing everything people are telling me, but I'm so excited about it. I can't tell you. My head is buzzing. I'm shaking. I'm shivering. I don't know. Since coming back from America, I've been thinking about what Stan told me, and as good as his evidence was, and some of it was brilliant, you know, it's just some of it just don't stack up. I mean, the implant could be any old bit of plastic, really, you know. The letters from the US government, I've only got his word for it that they are authentic. I wish I could have took some of that evidence home, studied it a little bit more. But this is what I struggle with. He's got an agent, all right? And his agent wanted $50,000 for the footage, and that worries me a lot.
Truthfully, though, I think this whole UFO business is getting under my skin. I'm hooked, and what I've discovered is UFO fever isn't just an American phenomenon.
Most of the government's early work on UFOs was secret or top secret. There were a number of reasons for this. One was that we thought we were looking at Soviet activity. The second reason was really that the Ministry of Defense is, as you would imagine and expect, an inherently secretive organization. The Ministry of Defense receives more Freedom of Information Act requests on UFOs than any other subject, including the war in Iraq or Afghanistan. Those 12,000 sightings are, we know, only the tip of the iceberg. Many people who see a UFO won't report to anyone, either because they fear that they'll be ridiculed or they feel that they won't be believed. So when we talk about 12,000 reports in the MOD's archive, we can speculate with a reasonable degree of certainty that the real figure is certainly over 100,000.
I'm on my way to visit Win, the crop circle guy. Now, if there's anyone who fits the description of a UFO fanatic, it's this gentleman. He's been filming the skies above his house every single night for 15 years. I hope he's just going to show me the edited highlights.
There he is, look at him. Such a mad cat, isn't he? Such a mad cat. How are you, son?
Welcome to Chateau d'Espair.
Lovely to see you, son. Lovely to see you. Oh, it's a bit remote, isn't it? So you sort of set cameras up every night on your property?
We stick them out here in the garden.
Every single night, yeah?
Every single night that I'm here.
Wow.
The cameras go out here.
Absolutely.
And they just run all night.
And you've caught some activity on these cameras?
I've caught a lot of things on these cameras over the last few years.
Brilliant. What's this number here?
That's a robotic tracking telescope.
A robotic tracking telescope.
It is indeed, sir.
Wow.
This is what I film the stuff on the moon with.
Touched up high,
this is what I sit and watch every morning. Just watch stuff go by. There'll be 8 hours on each machine. We'll fast forward them back. That will take like an hour to watch through.
What, you just sit there, you just fast forward it? And you
Yeah,
just watch?
while you're working or having your breakfast and doing all that kind of stuff, making your phone calls, you're just watching it spooling through on both screens. So that's like 4 hours a day.
It takes
Times
up 4
7,
hours,
so that's
yeah,
like,
of course
so
it
say 25 hours a week, week in, week out, 50 weeks of the year. It's a lot of
The
work.
thing is, you've got to look at the screen, no, because like you're saying you're having a bit of breakfast or whatever, you take you out, you're going to miss something.
Yeah. I spent 6 months in house.
Personally, I prefer to watch Soccer AM whilst I'm having my toast, but Wynn's dedication has paid off.
If you watch this carefully, okay, you'll see there'll be a black black triangle. We'll actually now try and push that out of the way. It's actually going to prod it. It's the most astounding bit of footage I've ever seen. See, it's drawn back now. And it will actually move towards it. There we go. And that backs away. It actually backs away from it. And you can see it pushing it. Just like it, isn't it? Yeah. It's pushing. That's kind of what you're after, isn't it?
Just, I mean, look at that.
Right, now I'll show you the moon disc now. And you just watch for the bottom left corner and it'll go by in a second. There it goes. That's the baby. Now whose is that?
And how fast was that going to predict?
70 miles a second. That's 140 miles across there and it's covered it in real time in 2 seconds.
Fuck me. Oh.
Wynn may have got the patience of a saint, but I want to see some alien activity tonight.
I mean, what are you hoping we're going to see tonight?
The first thing we might spot are some balls of light flying around the field.
Okay.
They're usually a telltale.
And they're like an orb, are they?
They're like an orb, but sometimes quite a bit bigger. And then an event occurring.
And then an event, wow, that's what we want,
That would be
isn't it?
good.
Chasing a dream, no, I never pick up the pen. Always assured, but I like it when we pretend.
Well, these are just 2 recorders. There's one for each camera, and we have 2 power supplies because we need double redundancy. So we have independent power supplies, so if one gets hit, one might survive. And you may wonder why I'm using VHS rather than digital.
I was going to say, yeah, old school. But
These keep ticking
yeah.
when other stuff stops. Give me juice, baby.
My ever-changing goals.
You know it's dark now, but that's how that looks on the camera now.
I think he loves them.
Apple cameras these on me, right?
Yeah, these are powerful, completely weatherproof.
Look at that, that's a proper little contraption we've got there, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the real deal. There'll be a colour one on the dash in case anything happens to these.
It cost you a few quid, this gear you've got here with.
Yeah, it's cost me well over 20 grand over the years in just
20 bags, yeah.
cameras and that kind of stuff.
I love it, look at it in there, look. He's on it, putting away, he's got his eye on everything, 4 different cameras.
This is my bed for the night.
I'm not sure I'm up for all this hanging about, just waiting for something to happen. If aliens were on Twitter, we could ask them to come and say hello. After all, if it's true that they're sending messages down to Earth, surely they would be trying to communicate with us.